everyone, and welcome to day 5 of my Star Wars marathon, and I've got your Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back movie review. It's gonna get cold in this epic sequel to the original Star Wars movie, where Luke, Han, and Leia are on a rebel base on the planet Hoth, and Darth Vader is still trying to take them down. As far as the story goes, George Lucas ended up giving the directing duties to Irvin Kershner, who I think creates one of the best, if not the best, movie in the original Star Wars trilogy. So, it's basically, everybody can say it, it's just awesome. This movie starts off with an Imperial Probe that is on the planet Hoth and is trying to locate Luke Skywalker, because Darth Vader made that all possible, and he's just an obsessive douchebag. Honestly, that's just where the tale begins, and this movie has this whole feel and look with the story in a much more controlled environment than the first movie, A New Hope, which wasn't going to as many places than that movie, and it really does feel like that middle film in a trilogy, because you know all the characters and you're definitely going to see some new ones later on. I really felt engaged the whole way through this movie. It was just action-packed and full of adventure, so I think that was definitely a plus. Luke gets separated from his friends, and he ends up getting in contact with Obi-Wan Kenobis Ghost, which is really weird considering that this is the first time that a ghost has ever come back to consult a Jedi, and I'm wondering why they didn't do that in the prequels. And Luke is being told to find Yoda, and he is supposed to go to the Dagobah system. Things just get intense, and he has to eventually rendezvous at Cloud City. So as far as the casting goes, you've got Mark Hamill, who I feel definitely plays a more improved Luke Skywalker, and obviously he's still getting the hang of his Jedi skills and his abilities, and just being able to be a part of a team and being able to be a companion to his friends. It definitely helps in that regard, as well as just having to deal with Darth Vader. Harrison Ford, who obviously is as charming as ever, or he could be considered a scoundrel, because you know that he can't have Leia resist his charms. So he's definitely got some great scenes, and even that iconic scene where he's that whole getting frozen in carbonite because he's got a bounty on his head. Leia tells him, "I love you," and then he's like, "I know." And that was totally him, that wasn't even scripted. Carrie Fisher, who I really love as Princess Leia, and she's definitely more in control in this movie and doesn't always seem like a damsel in distress, because she's definitely still tough, even though she only had a few scenes where we actually get to see that happen, unlike A New Hope. She's also got some best lines, a thing or two to say to Han Solo. Scruffy looking nerf herder. And speaking of Cloud City, they all go to meet Han's old buddy, Lando Calrissian, played by Dee Williams, and you know he's got that Colt 45 attitude, so, he's trying to have the hots for Leia, and he might even be quite the pirate scoundrel himself. And obviously those droids were pretty entertaining and funny as well. The things that I did like about this movie, obviously the whole tone of this movie was so different, and it even had some darker themes to it, which I loved, especially with some kind of crazy dream sequence of sorts. I loved the AT-AT battle, and that whole scene was intense. I didn't even want it to end. When Luke was meeting Yoda, because, I mean, who wouldn't want to meet him? He's just awesome. Then you've got the issue with Boba Fett returning. Obviously, if you've seen the prequels before this, which I don't know why you did, you would know now, like, this is, like, what he's become. Even the cherry on top, having Luke versus Darth Vader, and all the things that goes down there, and some of the iconic scenes. I am your father. No. So, overall, this movie was definitely a great film. It's a great second film in the original trilogy, and it's one that I just cannot stop watching. So I would highly recommend seeing this movie. I can't get enough of it, and I would give this 5 hearts on the heart rate scale. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought of Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. As always, you guys can subscribe to my channel. I've got more movie reviews, movie updates, come back every Fridge Child Thursday video. You guys can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, and may the Force be with you.